Hello everybody, this video here is about harvesting baby brine shrimp, which we've done the setup video. You got to see how I start my hatchers and what my hatcher setup is all about. And in this video we're going to actually harvest a hatch that is ready to feed. So when I come in about 10-15 minutes prior to what I want to feed, I pull the air out from the aeration of my brine shrimp hatcher, and that will let the hatch brine shrimp sink to the bottom of the container. In this case, it's these are old gallon glass jugs that are cut off. And what helps a lot, and it helps with your temperature, but also helps to make the shrimp migrate to the bottom of the hatcher is a light that I have underneath my hatcher. So once I go ahead and I get that settled for about 10-15 minutes, then I stick a baster in the very bottom of my hatcher, real gingerly move it around, and squirt that into my container. In general, it'll take me 3 or 4 basters full of a very high concentrated shrimp mixture before I start getting pure water. Some people will go ahead and wait a couple of minutes after doing a hatch or sucking out from the hatch, because you may get extra. Like this is mostly I'm down the water now. You could do that, or I find I get 95% of it the first time of suction, because I'm so gentle and not making sure I don't, stir up the shrimp. So once I've gotten it all into my shrimp hatcher here, or out of the shrimp hatcher into my mug, if you will, here, I'm going to strain it through my brine shrimp net. Florida Fish Farmers has got these really high quality brine shrimp nets. Lifetime warranty, stainless steel. The mesh is really well. If anything goes wrong with it, you send it to them, they'll fix it and send it back. Won't cost you a dime. I've been using, my father has one of these nets that we've been using for over 10 years now, and no problems with it. You bleach it occasionally and it's like, So I just go ahead and I pour my brine shrimp from the container into my net, and then here I'm on well water, so I'm not so worried about not having dechlorinated water to rinse my shrimp with. I just look for a lukewarm temperature of water to rinse the shrimp out with. You want to get some of that salt content off of them, at least with guppies and your more freshwater fish. Helps anything. Some of that shrimp, the salt can do some negative things, build up in the tank over time to the caudal. Also, there is some bad bacteria and stuff that can come in from brine shrimp. Just a chance to kind of rinse some of that away. I hold it up. I lightly kind of squeeze on it to help the water drain a little bit quicker. But once you get down there, we will have quite a net full of shrimp. You just seen I got a bunch on my hand there, but there's quite a net full of baby brine shrimp. And then that portion, once I'm pretty much rinsed, I just take the net, flip it upside down and over, right into my cup, carefully. And then I just run some water just over the top of the net a little bit, to make sure that I get the rest off the net. And I'm left with that. Now I feed it with the baster. The more water you put, the more control you got of how much shrimp you're giving each tank. But I just use the baster and I can squirt it in to each tank. I use a very high concentrated with less water in it to feed my tanks. I get it done faster, but if you want to make sure you got more control for feeding a tank that has more fish, you want them to get more shrimp, you do get a little bit better control with using a less concentrated shrimp to water mixture. In other words, add more water to your shrimp bowl or glass like I'm using here, if you will, a mug. And then you have control. So without further ado, I'll feed a little bit of fish here and let you see them take off. Of all foods out there, I have to say that brine shrimp is the most highest protein packed food you can get of all live foods. Even really put size on your fish pretty quick, and they absolutely love it. It's really essential for Guppy Fry, getting them a good start in their life. But as you just seen there, I just put it a little bit above and then drop out. Now there's plenty enough in all those tanks there to feed. But that's pretty much all it is. Real simple for the actually harvesting once they've hatched. Thank you for listening.